Peace, breast buddies, and Clark. This is Yeshi. Welcome to this week's facilitation. So, I have been finding myself really connected to wanting to learn more about rituals and practices, ancestral trauma, intergenerational trauma, and bringing those worlds together. So, the best way that I could kind of separate all of the things that I wanted to offer you all, and there's a nice amount of things, like a nice little bowl, but they're not long, and they're all kind of honoring all of the senses. So I love Phil's way of reflecting from the heart, the mind, and the gut. So this week for the heart, I have a picture of my current altar. If I can figure out how to get it to you all, because I don't know. I'm low tech, but I'm lower tech more times than others. If that makes sense. And then there'll be so it'll be that picture for the heart. For the mind, there's a TED Talks, Aboriginal Gift of a Nation. And it is about active listening first. But then it goes into understanding the connections between, Aboriginal, native, ancient ways of living and being and doing, and how much of a necessity that is in our living, being, and doing in the now. Like it must be a part in order to create homeostasis, like an equilibrium, right? So that's mind. And then there is a PDF article that's not very long. And then if you still have this book, which I hope you do, Healing the Soul Wound by Eduardo Duran, there is a section, and it's referring to the identity of the healer. It's on page 43 to 46. So that could also be a part of the offering this week, because there were so many beautiful jewels in this book. But that one for me kind of brought my worlds together. One of the passages, I think it's on page 44, talks about the ancestors of the healer and the ancestors of the client needing to know one another, needing to make those connections, asking permission to hold each other's stories, to co-create this experience together. It's important. That balance is important. So yeah, healing the soul wound. And then the gut is going to be a music video by Princess Nokia. And it kind of brings the worlds together of the youth and just ancestral practice and worship, and what it can also look like. You can still be very much of who you are, but this also be a huge part of who you are, changing the narrative yet again. And then there's this really cool intergenerational animation that I found. So yeah, I wanted to make sure that it was a nice layered bowl of food this week. I love you all, sending you a great deal of strength through all of your studies. I hope you're being inspired and enjoying the material that you're coming across, and that this point in time begins to anchor us in to the way in which we want to practice who we are as a therapist, becoming more of the beings that we've had a desire to be. It's definitely work, but it's the work of our souls, the work of our hearts, the work of our highest good. So sending love and light. Thank you, Clark, for giving us the opportunity to share bits and pieces of us through the things that we are attracted to, inspired by. So I really appreciate us creating our own resource list. So yeah, all right, enjoy. I'll talk to you all soon. Peace.